For the very first time, baby Leighton is experimenting with solid foods. In a video that was broadcast to people in advance of the episode of 7 Little Johnstons that will air this week, Liz Johnston can be seen for the very first time introducing her son Leighton, whom she shares with her partner Brice Bolden, to solid food. In what way is she behaving? While Liz is attempting to put some food into her daughter's mouth, Brice asks her, is she spitting it out? Okay, that's quite typical. Most of it is going to be comprised of. Liz's response is that she is going to try to push it out. The couple is very happy for their kid to start eating solid food, and Liz explains why they are so excited in a confessional. The mother, who is quite proud of her daughter, adds that the fact that she will soon get the opportunity to sample some genuine food is really exciting, since it indicates that she is becoming older. This is the first time that Leighton has rolled from her stomach to her back, and it is happening as she is beginning to become bigger. The rolling over is something that we are beginning to get used to. Brice also mentions that Leighton has been laughing, which Liz acknowledges as a significant achievement from her perspective. Laughing, that's right, what a wonderful thing to say. After that, speak it over. Oh yes, we do chat. According to Liz, we create a great deal of noise. Brice comments that the meal appears to be grits as Liz continues to try to encourage her infant to consume some solid foods. This brings us back to the situation. Yes, it's grits, but Liz is certain. It's not grits is the response that Brice gives. Yes, Liz affirms that it is. A group confessional with several of Liz's siblings takes place at this point in the play. They discuss the foods that they are most looking forward to trying with their new baby Leighton. According to Alex, some of the things that I am looking forward to introducing Leighton to are probably a lot like anything Italian, such as spaghetti or Alfredo, or something similar. I just want to present it to her and see how she feels about it. Meanwhile, Anna expresses her desire for Leighton to sample all of the many types of pasta, while Emma expresses her excitement about the prospect of her niece experiencing Chinese food or sushi. Due to the fact that infants eating pastas are quite adorable, she explains, because half of it is plastered on their face, while the other half is lying on the ground. A portion of it is currently in their mouth. In their own private confessional, Liz and Brice then respond, with the father stating that there is a certain cuisine that he hopes his daughter would develop a fondness for. I am a huge fan of fried chicken. According to Brice, I have no doubt that it is something that Leighton will also enjoy. In addition, they will most likely beg us to cook it all the time. It's not going to happen because you're going to say something like, Leighton, go tell Mom to make this. Liz quips that she is going to tell Leighton, hey, try to convince your father that tonight is not the right time. There are a lot of fans who are worried about Trent Johnston and his future, since his brain disease is becoming a significant part of the plot in the current scenes of Season 15 of 7 Little Johnstons. Recently, viewers have expressed a lot of their concerns about this matter. The husband and father is grappling with a terrifying medical issue, as viewers of 7 Little Johnstons have witnessed. It has something to do with his brain. Viewers of the TLC show observed that Trent began experiencing symptoms of vertigo in earlier episodes of the show. Because of the severity of the situation, he was ultimately able to receive a diagnosis. Trent finally had to tell his children the news, which was an emotional sequence that took place on the episode. His mind was as sharp as that of someone in their 80s, despite the fact that he was only 47 years old. There was a lot of cause for anxiety for the entire family given the current state of affairs. Trent Johnston is really liked by the great majority of spectators, despite the fact that supporters of 7 Little Johnstons despise Amber Johnston. Regarding him and his future, a great number of viewers are worried about him because of this, particularly considering that dementia is a family trait in his family. In the event that Trent's condition continues to deteriorate over the next few years, fans will not put their faith in Amber. Very with Trent's best interests in mind. This is very important, in particular with regard to any health treatment that he could require in the future. I know dementia runs in his family, And he allegedly struck his head a lot as a youngster or fell a lot. But many use drugs their entire lives, have brain injuries and serious accidents, and yet don't have brains as damaged as his. This is something that was mentioned in a remark that was made not too long ago. How could it possibly be so bad? His father had dementia while he was in his 90s. Hence, if Trent's brain is already in its 80s, he may be at danger for developing dementia within the next 5 to 10 years. When you have dementia, how long can you expect to live? My wife is so heartless and troubled by my father, who passed away from the same sickness. And the possibility that I would also pass away is not something that would provide me any solace. Knowing that she is not very supportive in that manner, and that he ought to make preparations or plans just in case something goes wrong would not make me feel any better. Looking into nursing firms that come to help at home and other therapies is something I would absolutely want to be engaged with if it grows bad enough that he is unable to live at home. I would not want to just leave everything up to Amber, for the simple reason that he is aware that she will ultimately act in accordance with her own judgment, regardless of whether or not the children endorse her position. Due to the fact that Trent is a law enforcement officer, another reader suggested that it may be his age in conjunction with his height. If they did not call in the appropriate professionals to properly remove the mold, it is also possible that the mold is hazardous. When it comes to Trent, however, given that dementia may be inherited, it is possible that he should also begin checking for early stages of dementia. Having said that, I would definitely investigate the toxicity of mold in addition to that. It would appear that fans of Seven Little Johnstons never run out of reasons to criticize Amber Johnston and give her a bad name. The viewers had even more evidence to utilize against her based on the latest scenes that they found. Let's take a look at what fans have been saying about Amber's hypocritical behavior in recent times. Regardless of what is going on with the Seven Little Johnstons family, whether they are shooting for TLC or doing something off camera, fans have pointed out for years how Amber Johnston always needs to position herself in the midst of the action. This is true regardless of whether they are filming for TLC or doing something else. Even if it's a dilemma between Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden, Amber always seems to find a way to make the situation about her, according to the fans of Seven Little Johnstons. This is true regardless of what is going on in the circumstance. After so many years of seeing this unfold, the great majority of people have reached the point where they are fed up with it.